Ad Agrilevante in questa settima edizione si è parlato anche di come il web abbia
Well, at this
cambiato il
seventh
processo di
edition, we have been
acquisto
speaking
dei
about
veicoli
how
agricoli
the
e
web
è
has
stato
changed the
fatto con
purchase
tre
process of
persone che si
farming
distinguono
vehicles.
in
This
questo
was done with
momento.
three
Sono
people, the three individuals
Beppe
you see
Fonzo, che è
here.
un
Beppe
trattore,
Fonzo,
non nel
he's a
senso del
trattore,
veicolo, ma tra
not
poco
in
scopriremo questo neologismo che ha
in the meaning of
coniato
the vehicle,
proprio in
but
occasione
will
di questa nuova
uh,
collaborazione
very soon
artistica.
discover the
Erminio
meaning of
Panella,
this new
titolare della
term. Erminio
piattaforma
Panella
Affare Trattore in
is the
Tractor, e
CEO of
poi Davide
platform
Gomiero,
Affare Trattore
che
in Tractor,
noto
and
a
Davide
chi frequenta i
Gomiero,
social come
that is
Gomiero
also
Farm,
known to
e un
social
agri-influencer, insomma, a tanti aspetti.
visitors. Is an agri
Adesso
influencer and will
benvenuti.
speak about his activity.
Grazie.
Welcome to
Partiamo da
all of you.
Erminio. Erminio,
Let's
tu
start
sei
from
figlio di una
Arminio.
famiglia che
You
ha
are a
un
child of a
concessionario,
family.
quindi
Well, your family
veicoli
deals
mezzi
with
agricoli da sempre,
selling
e dal tradizionale
farming
poi ti sei
vehicles. So,
trovato
from
col
the
passare di
being a
generazione ad
traditional
approcciare al web.
dealer,
Se la
you
tua storia ci
have
può dire
now
meglio di
passed
altri
to
come è
a
cambiato il
web
processo di
approach.
acquisto
So,
attraverso il
how
web
the
e come
purchase power,
sì,
the
lo
purchase process has changed when it comes to farming vehicles? Well, I'm a child of a family. We are dealers of farming vehicles in the province of Benevento. We still have our dealing store, dealer store. I've always been following my father since I was very, very young. Then in 2010, I was at university. I was struggling with my exam of computer science, so I got in contact with the software developer to put in place an Italian platform devoted to the purchase of farming vehicles. That far on the web, there were just general platforms or foreign platforms. So our idea was to create a specific platform, a vertical one, that would enable only the sector operators, that is, the producers, the dealers, to upload their contents. So it was a very strong support for those who wanted to purchase farming machines, and it was an all Italian platform, and that far there were just foreign platforms. So my adventure got started there. I've always invested in technology, marketing, fairs. Well, and the first element is very, very clear. That is the SEO AD words to be in a very good positioning on the search engines. Yes, so this is used for a good positioning on the web, as the search engines are the crucial element when it comes to search for new purchases. So SEO means to establish a dialogue, one's own platform with the search engines through an algorithm. For sure, platforms like my platform with a high level of content in terms of quality and content. Well, in this case, they are really preferred by search engines. So they are seen as the ones that allow for a very good experience for users, because they allow for a comparative analysis, so to say. On the basis of this, over the years, we have analyzed our data, and, well, of course, we can also have a daily dialogue with producers, the producers of tractors, of equipments, large and small. There are many of them, and they are really in very large numbers in the individual provinces. And luckily enough, in Italy, given the biodiversity and the differences in the different regions, well, this allows us to have always new producers with some peculiar machines. So many of them have utilized our platform to sell their machines. And the same is true for dealers and also for the big brands that use our platform for branding activities, to exploit at best the visitors of our platform. what about the difference between traditional users that go to dealers, for example, and online users? Are there different profiles, different requirements for them? How can you see this in your position? A very smart question, I would say. We have been discussing about this today at the meeting. So, as a dealer and also as a manager of the main platform of Italy, well, I can make a very precise assessment. Well, for me, there is no online user and there is no just user. Well, I would say they overlap because the purchase process happens no doubt online. In most of cases, in a very high percentages, almost 100%, all the acquisition of information, starting with magazines, they give, that give information, financial information, also in terms of non-repayable funds. And all the other contents, videos. So we are sure that the first part that deals with the decision to purchase and also the comparative analysis across the different brands, well, all this occurs online. Today, in our focus meeting that was attended by dealers, by producers, and also by our influencer, well, we have, of course, asserted this. When someone comes to see us in our store, well, these people have already acquired information from the different platforms, considering that the daily time spent on the web by individual is very high, is very elevated. So what about the near future? Well, near future, well, I believe, and our discussion was focusing on this, our future will be a future where all the businesses will have an in-house consultant, let's say, that will work based on the web numbers, on the different information that are contained, posted on the web. So this is a consultant that has to be aware of numbers, of figures, of percentages. And I see this approach in most of the businesses today, and this is because the need of potential purchasers is to have always an updated content, updated news in terms of what is available on the market, and also, and this content must be a quality content, which essentially means to provide a comprehensive information. So when someone is searching on the web, well, of course, web gives us a lot of potentials. It gets you closer to many potential clients and customers, and it is maybe much easier to attract the attention of this potential purchaser. So at a given point during the pandemic, with Beppe, you had this idea, and the Mr Affare Trattore was born. Yes, I have a background as a theater actor. I've been working in the entertainment sector for 25, 30 years. Then during the pandemic, when all was over, because the pandemic has had a very serious impact on our sector. So when all was over, well, as I live in the countryside and have also some olive trees, so I have started to create some videos, some footages, playful ones. It is like a reaction to the pandemic, or maybe to the fear of the pandemic. And well, I started to play with my small tractor, Fiat 355C, a tractor of 50 years ago, humanizing the tractor with videos where I was Dante Alighieri searching for his Beatrice. So it was just something playful and fun. But then Erminio was able to catch this irony, and he proposed me, why not to do something to humanize also our platform, a platform that can be identified in a real character. So this was the birth of my character. So Beppe Fonzo from Attore becomes a tractor, so from actor tractor. So it's also a testimonial of Erminio project. And in all of this, today you have with you Davide, with you. He has a lot of followers in a broadcast on the Emacs that is called That Crazy Farm. This is the second series of this kind of broadcast. So I have just a question for you, Davide. What about your decision to do this? Well, I was just in search to find some TV solutions. By now, on TV, there are broadcasts of any kind, but there is no broadcast describing the real agriculture, farming practice of today. So you have decided to bring your experience on the web with this kind of broadcasts and episodes. Has something changed since you started? Well, being on a TV show gives you a very important visibility. So I have an audience that is completely different compared to my followers on social channels. So have an audience completely unaware of what farming means. Sometimes they pose me some very naive questions. So I have understood that my audience had to be, let's say, educated and trained. Many times people go to the supermarket just to buy food without knowing the origin of this food. So don't you feel a certain level of responsibility for this, because you are just the spokesperson of an entire sector, of entire supply chain? So do you feel this responsibility? Well, I live this day by day. Are you not seeding for your future? Well, my approach is to make a step ahead every day to reach top levels in terms of agri-influencers. And I really want to support Italian agriculture, because I think Italy is a lead country when it comes to farming, to agriculture. So you know, many people all around the world, they are trying to copy us. Thank you, Davide. Thank you, Erminio. Thank you, Beppe. And see you soon.